Okay, if you have a marketing agency, I'm going to show you how you can win more discovery calls by showing potential clients data that they've never seen before. So we get all publicly available data on Google review data, website traffic data, SEO data, the ads that your business is running, the competitors are running, and we put it into super digestible dashboards that any local business owner or operator can understand. So for example, this is review frequencies. This is one of the things we do really well. And in the past few years with Google putting the map pack as like the #1 organic way to find local businesses, this is getting more and more important because the biggest variable in showing up in the map pack is the frequency at which a business gets reviews. So you can see the frequency. This is for junk removal Nashville. We do it by 2 different criteria, which is the niche and the location. So this is junk removal Nashville. There's also obviously, we could do this for coffee shops in Brooklyn. We could do this for HVAC companies in Franklin, Tennessee. We could do this for pressure washing in Sacramento, California. It's by the niche and then the vertical. So as I said, this is adjustable on whatever time horizon you want. We can do last 6 months, see who's getting the most reviews. And then you can click on each one of these businesses and see where they rank for each specific KPI. So this business is 2nd in review growth, 1st in total reviews, 3rd in website traffic, 15th in sentiment. That's gonna be something you wanna work on. 3rd in SEO score, right? You can scroll down, you can see the months that they're really busy based on review volume. You can see organic traffic trends. You can see reviews over time. You can see customer sentiment. Is it positive? Is it negative? Sentiment breakdown on a monthly basis. And then here's where it gets really cool. We copy and store every single review that your potential client and all their competitors have. And then we put it into AI and we say, based on this data, what does this business do incredibly well? And then what do they do poorly? So the strengths of this business, if we summarize all the 5-star reviews with AI, great brand recognition, friendly and hardworking staff, some 1-star reviews are concerned around inconsistent service quality, etc. Here's some opportunities and threats based on that data. And then here's where it gets really cool as well. As I said, we store all the reviews that this business has ever gotten, put it into AI, and then we bucket certain keywords surrounding pricing. So you can see who is charging the most in your market based on certain keywords, whether it's expensive, whether it's cheap, whether it's affordable, whether it's too much money. We bucket those keywords and then create a ranking for who charges the most in the market and then create a pricing perception based on that data. Here's the overall summary. And then as I said, this is just for review frequencies. Obviously we have total reviews, very understandable, digestible dashboard. The goal is to make something that people can look at, any business owner can look at and immediately understand the value prop. Obviously sentiment analysis, very similar dashboard, website traffic, very similar dashboard. SEO, where they rank on Google, their backlink profile, very similar, very digestible for anyone that has a local business to understand. And then you can set ranking. This is really cool as well. So say you wanted to be number 3, right? You would need to average 15 reviews a month. You need 575 total reviews. You need this SEO score, this much website traffic, right? Action items, here's what you need to do in your business based on the 5-star reviews and the 1-star reviews in your market. This is what you need to do to beat your competitors, right? So we'll give actionable advice based on the data for what you should do. You can compare local businesses, right? You can add any business that you want in that market. But the goal is to create something that gives any business owner immediate understanding of where they stand in the market, what % of the total addressable market they're taking up, and what they can do based on that data to take more. Data point that's obviously incredibly important for local business owners are what are the ads that competitors are running in your local market. So we have all of that here. Obviously, that's publicly available data, so we include it. You can see the ad gallery. These are the actual ads that they're running. Specific to that niche, specific to that location, you can see who your top competitors are as far as ad spend. You can see the keywords they're bidding on, right? You can see the analytics for the ads themselves. All of that data is here as well. You can ask AI, like who is spending most on ads? What ad strategies are working, right? And then you can ask AI for each dashboard, who's got the most momentum as far as the review data goes, right? So you can ask AI all of these different things. It'll scrape all of the data. It'll have total context for all the website traffic of all your competitors, all of the ads of all of your competitors, all of the Google review data for all of your competitors, and we'll have that understanding and answer your questions for you. Any questions you want, you can ask it. Basically immediately. Another thing that I've been using with my own local business is figuring out the seasonality. So we have a seasonality widget that essentially just plots over time the months that the industry locally is busy, and then the months that it's slow. So you can see which months you should double down on marketing and then what months you should pull back. So you know, okay, this month was actually slow. It wasn't just my business, it was the market as a whole, right? And then we also have the reading dashboard, which is really cool to look at. This is a reading list, news articles, publications that came out specific to your industry locally. So this is Junk Removal Nashville, so it's just trash articles in Nashville, Tennessee, which is super cool to play with. And for agencies, the biggest value prop is showing local businesses where they stand and where you're going to take them. So if you have a potential client or you're doing outbound in a discovery call, you can look at their business and you can say, you guys are doing an amazing job, right? At, for example, say this business, you guys are doing an amazing job at review growth and SEO score. We're going to work on sentiment because that is a big issue for your business, right? Or, hey, maybe it's this business and you're 12th in SEO, 6th in website traffic, 6th in review growth. Be like, hey, we're going to try and get you more backlinks, which is in turn going to work on your website traffic, and we're going to try to up the velocity at which you're getting reviews. We're going to implement a new review garnering system, etc. There's a lot of different levers to pull, but at least you have that context when you go into the discovery call on where they stand in their market and then what they're going to need to do to beat their competitors.